break, picking up once again where we left off in the last YouTube video. It's still the same stream for people watching on Twitch. Picking up where we left off, which was in the cabin here, in the process of recovering from our sprain we picked up in the last episode. And in the process, it began an aurora, so I decided instead of beginning the trip down the hill and stopping at the end of the hill, then I would do the episode break there, right after a save, because we obviously need to, we're not going to leave in this weather, so we might be trapped here for quite a while.
I don't feel so good.
We also might not be. I might take the next 2-hour quick rests and find that the aurora goes away and we just set out. But I needed to take a break IRL, and that was a sensible spot to take a break as far as the recording is concerned. So we took a break there. So the aurora is still going. We're going to take one more rest, and if the aurora is still going, we're going to try to figure out what we're going to do in the cabin and around the cabin while the aurora is going, so I don't want to descend during the aurora. We're not in a shape to take wolves on head-on, which means we really can't. It would be a bit risky to leave during the aurora. So the aurora is still going, so we are sort of stuck here until it stops. I don't need to take any more sleep. And in many ways, I might actually benefit from not taking any sleep, because I'd rather take a long, like 6-hour sleep, rather than lots of short sleeps. Yeah, at least a 6-hour sleep. And we're not, well, we're basically at full fatigue, so we can't really sleep anyway. Oh, before I forget, we should take a moment to take those notes, saying that we're going to leave some hides here. So day 13. 13. Timber Mountain Cabin. 1/3 hide. Wolf. Rabbit. And deer. So obviously, if we didn't have an aurora going, we'd start descending. I'm going to try to harvest a little bit around the cabin, because it is actually surprisingly warm. What we're worried about, and why we're not traveling right now, is actually the presence of wolves, because I cannot zone them off on Interloper difficulty with fire. And as you can see, we've got 2 wolves there. There's plausibly a wolf or 2 between where we want to go and where we are. And then there's definitely wolves after where we want to go. So we are kind of not exactly stuck. The skilled operator, especially if I was at full health, but I can imagine the skilled operator would probably still be able to set out safely in these conditions, knowing where they can sneak to get past things. So I suppose that's something I can do, that I will do, is I'll leave a bunch of first aid material in the cabin. I just remember we picked up a bunch of first aid on the summit that I haven't dropped yet. That's making me heavier than I need to be. Like, for example, I don't need 2 things of antiseptic. I don't need 4 things of painkillers. So we'll leave 2 things of painkillers here. In fact, I'm probably rarely going to use painkillers anyway. We did want that antibiotics. We'll keep the antibiotics. We probably don't need that much RCT on us. We will, in a scenario where we need RCT, we will need like 10 of them, or in this case, like you consume 2 pills or 1 tea for every day if you have intestinal parasites. So collectively we have enough to treat intestinal parasites right now. Oh, that's what I'll leave the rosehip tea behind, because we've got painkillers. I don't need calories right now, so I'll leave most of the rosehip behind. Save on some weight. What are you leaving insulated plastics here? We'll leave more insulated plastics here. This is a place I'll check reasonably frequently. So we'll leave that there. Let's drop temporarily you and you and fill up our storm lantern. So that way it explicitly harvests the low fuel containers. We won't give it the opportunity to harvest from the low. Or from the full one. We'll make it consume the small ones. For some reason, I think there's a glitch right now where it's not consuming the last container on your first attempt to consume it. I do have a moment here. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to repair one of these earmuffs. And see if that passes the aurora. I don't think that passed the aurora. That did bring up heavier wind conditions. So before we were almost warm out here, and now we are actively cold out here. So our next plan... Did the wolf detect me? Don't think so. Our next plan, once we get off the Temple of Mountain, is to go craft ourselves knife, axe, and we have fuel time, probably a couple of arrowheads. Augment our existing arrowheads. We did get lucky and find some arrowheads, which will save us some crafting time. Okay. Oh, I don't need this. I don't need the Gunslinger One's book. Have we started on either of the anglers? No. I don't need the field dressing kit. I usually level field dressing just by field dressing. Clothes are fine. Yeah, we're really just waiting for the weather to move. So we're gonna try taking advantage of the fact that the aurora is providing light to read some books. One hour at a time until the aurora goes away. At this point, it's about to become daytime.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Well, that's a question. What's my cooking level? Cooking level is still cooking level 2. What do I need cooking level-wise for pancakes? I apparently have what I need for pancakes, okay. Peach pie. Oh, cooking skills insufficient. Okay, so to start making peach pie, I need to level up one more time with cooking. That is probably... Oh, yeah. Maple syrup is what I do with pancakes. Pinnacle peaches is what I'm going to do with to make the peach pie. Okay. So we really want to level up one more time cooking, but we can be making some pancakes later for that. Yeah, we drank all that boring tea. And we drank all the... We already drank all the soda. Okay. Drink the water. We are going to start running low on water if I'm not drinking tea. Okay, so the aurora should officially be gone in an hour, so I'm going to take one hour nap just to make the aurora go away. And then we'll begin the descent. And I am going to have to make the decision on where I am going to do my crafting. So do I do it in Forlong Muskeg, or do I do it in Desolation Point? Let's see, do I want to the books? No, I'm going to leave the books here. Leave that there, leave that there, okay. Ooh. Tin sardines I missed earlier. Now, what's the condition on the tin sardines? Basically perfect. Okay, I'm gonna leave that tin sardines. And off we go. We'd still like more condition, but we're in the tolerable regime condition for the level of wolf danger we're gonna run into. So we can tell by all the scratch marks on this tree, we're approaching a moose zone. So there could be a moose anywhere in this plain area over here. I don't see the moose, which is probably good. We're not ready to hunt moose. We probably want like at least a half a dozen arrows to go moose hunting. Unless we're going to choose a loading screen to hunt the moose. Which is something I'd prefer not to do on stream. So one advantage of going to Desolation Point, well no, one advantage of Furling Mustang over Desolation Point is there'll be food that I can loot along the way. Because we started in Desolation Point, so I will probably have looted a large quantity of the non-conditional food there. Whereas Furling Mustang will hasn't been visited yet, so it should have most of its equipment.
Need to find some place to
I
escape
have
this
four
cold.
mustads. One is outside, so it will be a little bit more hazardous to enter and use. So there's pros and cons to both of them. But I'm going to have to make my decision shortly, because the route that I want to take down to Desolation Point... Well, no, I think I should probably do Forling Mustang. We've got the hammer on us. We can just go straight down to Desolation Point. Or straight down to Forling Mustang. Why do I keep saying Desolation Point? So this bit of the walk, as we're walking down to the first cache, is maybe a little on the boring side, because it's going to be pretty uneventful. We're just looking for sticks along the way, just to maximize the return on the trip. And we're probably going to leave actually most of these sticks at the top of the climb, so it's not even really a rush to pick these up. There's the transition. So we've left Timberwolf Mountain. We're now back in Pleasant Valley. Hopefully we don't go into Pleasant Valley very pleasant blizzards, because they're frequently not very pleasant. And yeah, this is also a thing that you frequently run into, or at least I frequently run into, is we've increased our carrying capacity. So we just end up hoarding more stuff. So I'm overweight with the 40 gram carrying capacity. I was probably basically overweight with 35 on the reverse trip, so we've just gained 5 kilograms of stuff. Hopefully it's 5 kilograms of stuff that's making us better at survival. So we're going to quickly scoot down here. We're going to see, using the lantern, if we left anything behind in the purpose cache from before, because we didn't really have a good light source when we were in the purpose cache the first time. As well as use the purpose cache to warm up. We could go back to carry. We do have a hammer. The hammer's pretty good at that. Oh, we hadn't searched at least the bottom drawer in the cabinet. Okay, nothing in the cabinet. I'm surprised when I was in the struggle that it didn't suggest the pry bar. The hammer was the better choice anyway, so it was fine that I was hitting the hammer, but surprised it wasn't offering the pry bar as an option. Thought for a while I'd actually lost the pry bar at some point. Okay, so we had successfully looted everything of any value down here. And we now have these birch saplings cured. It's a bunch of cured birch sapling. What to do for an in-game hour? We have most of our fatigue back. I'd rather take the trip down to the farmstead and take the long rest at the farmstead, so we're not going to sleep here. We do need to warm up, so we do need to stay inside for like an hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read another hour of a fishing book. Just to let the hypothermia go away productively. So it's still blisteringly cold because it's early morning. This is about where I want to be for weight anyway, so we're not gonna leave stuff behind. We're not gonna pick stuff up. So if I was going to go to the Desolation Point, I'd take the left path and go via the town. Pleasant Valley Town. As I think that would probably be the better path as far as loot and food for Desolation Point. No point in walking all the way back out to Mystery Lake if you're going to go down to Desolation Point from here. Because I'm going to go down to the Furlong Mustang, I'm going to go back through the dam, back through Mystery Lake, and into Furlong. Check, make sure we did loot here. We did. Nothing under the bench. I did leave a bunch of food/cooking supplies in the farmstead, so we shouldn't be really worried about cooking supplies once we get there, because I'll start making pancakes for calories.
just feel numb.
There's still definitely places to loot up here. There's a cabin basement, for example, we could go in. That I'm not going to go into, but you could go into. I'm not going to go into it because it requires going past some walls, and I don't want to have to light a torch just to get past walls to see what's in the cabin basement at the moment. Okay, I'm going to take a quick short sprint here to avoid taking the condition damage. Well, to minimize the condition damage you take. It might not be enough to completely avoid it. Yeah, it won't completely avoid it. It'll take a couple percent off. A quick little short sprint like that gets us into the cave, which is... Ah, we have not... We haven't been gone long enough for that to finish curing. Those finished curing. Those didn't finish curing. Those we can take with us even if they're not cured. We do need to pass some time here to warm up, so I'm going to do like we did last warm-up session, where I'm going to stop and read a book. To let some time pass and let our character warm up a bit. And that was enough to let those finish curing, so we can now take them with us.
I need to drop something.
He says that, but he's not going to be let to drop anything. Drink some tea. Yeah, we'll drink a rosehip tea for the calories and moisture. And we'll head out. So we haven't completely warmed up. So we might take a little bit of condition damage on the way to the farmstead. Oh, doubly so if it's giving a three echelon cold.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
I'm going to do some cooking when we get to the farmstead, so I'm going to be gathering any fuel I see along the way. You know, it will make us a little slower. Okay, so it's not that bad as long as we get into the wind shadow terrain as we go along.
Damn, I'm freezing.
Character informing us that we have in fact begun to freeze. Not ideal. There is a small possibility we run into a wolf between here and the cabin, and we prefer not to be taking damage in that scenario prior to the wolf run-in. But it's something that I'm willing to, in the pursuit of getting where we're going faster, it's something I will simply just have to accept. I'm getting a bit of crosswind here, and there's no probability of wolves, so I'm going to take a quick sprint. Where I exchange sort of calories for taking less damage from condition loss due to cold. Let me eat some emergency food so I'm less at risk of losing my well-fed bonus. As soon as you're just cresting this hill here, we should be able to see the cabin. We do. We can also see the wolves we need to avoid. So we need to avoid aggroing those wolves, which is one reason why we delayed leaving at the last cave. Is so if we had the smelling guts on us, we'd almost certainly be aggroing those wolves, but because we let the guts finish curing, they don't smell anymore. And we can safely transport them to the farmstead.
I might have to drop some gear.
Actually, this is a decent place to drop some gear. So in front of the way down to the workshop downstairs, we're going to drop all of the gear that we would craft. This is the place we may come back to do the crafting. Oh, pity. I was worried for a moment, like, wait, did I somehow lose well-fed by accident? And no, you've just been going so long, your character's sufficiently fatigued that it's lost carrying capacity due to fatigue. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and start a fire here. Oh, I only have one... Well, I can just make a bunch of water. I was about to say, I only have one way to, or one container in which I can make pancakes. But that'll be fine. It just means I won't be able to make pancakes particularly quickly. The fire starter also, I believe, gives a success buff to starting fires. So if you're desperate to start fires and you've got a fire starter,
drop any of this gear.
it may be worth using that over matches. Well, it's definitely worth using it over matches. It's maybe not worth using it over a torch. Of fuel on the fire. So, what can we cook? Okay. So, we're going to set you to do water. We're going to get 8 liters of water out of there. How much water do I have on me before I start cooking? Oh, I've got very little water on me. Okay, so these are going to be making water, because we need some quick water. And then we're going to make those pancakes. And while that's going, we can process some of the goods. Need to get processed. Disassemble these for their sticks. So if you're watching this in YouTube, I think I'm going to end this video roughly when I finish this cooking shift and we go upstairs and take the long rest. I think I'll also take the stream down for a bit after that, at that point as well, if you're watching on Twitch. 18 minutes worth of non-portable water becomes portable. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'll probably have another... Still going to try to stick to having a video up at 6 PM every day, as far as the long dark is concerned. Though there will be a break between this stream and the next, so I don't know. Well, something might come up and maybe it might get delayed, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So there's what we need to start cooking things sort of in mass. We're going to start eating pancakes to fill up our calorie meter. Drink water to fill up the hydration meter. I have those working on making us birch bark. Key. Okay, so that's all our birch bark being made into tea. Keep making roasted as well. And then we'll make some more pancakes. But yeah, so if you're this late in the Twitch VOD, at this point I don't think the first video is up on Twitch anymore. So you might want to swap over to the YouTube, where I still have the first, well, I'll have the first video up. So it's the same username, it's willcole, just with the 100 at the end. Not necessarily because I couldn't get the name on YouTube, but because I already, well, because I wasn't able to get the name on Twitch, to be fair, so that's why Twitch is the way it is. Oh, and that was all the water. Okay, so we'll have to make more water. That's fine. We'll eat those pancakes. Eat our elegant pancakes. Do I have enough to make pancakes? Oh, don't got enough water. So it's, what was a 0.15 for the pancakes. Could make up rosehips. I'll save rosehip pie. Actually, I'll probably stop processing the rosehips and start using them in pies from now on, because I don't need them for teas. And I'm more likely to, well, I'll make peach pies first as well, so. Okay, so we got it going. I probably threw too many sticks in the fire, but that's fine, we'll just make a bunch of torches. Because I'm feeling a lot better about the calories situation now. Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully keep the stream, well, keep these episodes coming. At this point, I think I'm going to go down to 4 Long Muskeg for the next leg of the long-term trip. I may change my mind and go down Desolation Point, but it'll probably be 4 Long Muskeg. I'm a little bit apprehensive either direction I go, so I will need to go to one of the two and make the knife, the axe, and somewhere between like 2 to half a dozen arrows. I want to go for 2 hours. I don't really want to go for 2 hours. I'm going to make that, or eat that thing of pancakes. So yeah, we can start.
Too much stuff to carry. Eat some of those pancakes. We'll probably not eat all of it. We'll pick up the skillet, because we do want the skillet in the future. We want to bring the skillet with us. If for no other reason, then we may want to make more pancakes where we're going. There we go. We don't need a torch to get upstairs. We can use the lantern to get back down when we're done with the rest. Yeah, we found all the critical equipment. We're now into the crafting phase. We found everything we need to find. We're now into
making what we need to make. Oh, I maybe should have drank the herbal tea, but too late. And this is where I'm going to take the break for this part. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see done in the future as far as more content, feel free to let me know. And if you have any questions about what we're doing in the game, feel free to let me know. And until next time, I hope you're doing well.